Well, hello, Taurus singles. This is for you if you are interested in new romantic opportunities and you have Taurus in your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placement. And if you don't know your placements, follow that link in the description box below this video and you can get that information for free. And there you will also see information on personal readings, okay? Trying out some things and we're going to see how those go. So you can take a look at that in my description box below this video, okay, Taurus? Obviously, I can't hit all Tauruses, but this is specifically, this reading is specifically for those of you interested in new romantic opportunities, okay? So, Taurus, what is going on with you guys? What is going on with my Tauruses who are single as a Pringle or just looking at new opportunities to see where they might be? Let's see where you are, Taurus. Let's take a look. See where you've been, where you're going, where you are right now. All right. You may have dealt with a Gemini or a fire sign in the past. You also have earth energy, okay, and air, which you've got fire. That's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And then you have earth, which is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and you have air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius again, and earth again. So, okay. All right. So, Taurus, this is going to be one of those where I'm going to give you some advice, okay? You know, let's look at the thing in the past. All right. Started off with a real bang, and you really thought it was going to be the end-all, be-all. Ace of Wands and the World card. For a while, it may have brought you some happiness, a lot of passion, okay? A lot of physical attraction, probably, okay? Probably a strong soul connection, okay? But you know what? It went by the wayside, I guess is the best way to put it. Lovers in the reverse, okay? Really just has to do with being oppositional, okay? Divided, resistant, somebody, you know, a lot of arguing I'm getting from that, you know, where, you know, I say gray, you say blue, I say red, you say purple, you know, just kind of arguing for the sake of arguing many times, okay? Pushing each other's buttons. When those strong soul connections go toxic, okay, it can go toxic in a real fast way. But it started off with a huge bang. Many times those strong soul connections do, okay? Real fast, real quick, you know, strong, intense connection almost immediately, okay? But, you know, the world sometimes speaks to endings too. And I think that is the case with this one, okay? Moving forward. All right. Let's talk, Taurus, because, you know, there are pluses and there are not pluses that I see in your energy, okay? You're looking for a new start and a change, okay? Wheel of Fortune, okay? But there is something holding you back. And maybe, you know, the thing that comes to mind is that saying that the thing that's holding you back is all in your head. Full reversed, okay? Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Opportunities are presenting themselves, but for whatever reason, you're holding back. You're holding back. And it's, you know, Ace of Pentacles is opportunities slated for a positive outcome, okay? Slated for success, okay? So, but the full reversed. You're just not taking a leap of faith on these things or this thing, okay? Going forward, what's holding you back? Well, I think I know, okay? Because here's where you are. All right. You're distant. You're holding back. Six of Swords in the reverse, okay? Resisting healing many times, okay? Not working through some stuff. And I think I know what it is, okay? Eight of Swords here. You know, that is a fearful energy, and it is an energy of self-imprisonment and blindfolds, okay? And it's refusing to see the truth. I want to show you the person on this card because it illustrates this much better when you can see it as well as hear the description. But you see how loose the chains are on this person, okay? she could free herself. And I don't read gender typically in tarot. If you've watched me, you know that. More often than not, I will not feel intuitively led to read gender. That is the case here. But this is self-imprisonment, okay? And she could easily remove the chain. See, there's not even a lock there. And then take off the blindfold. It is self-imprisonment. And it is fear, okay? And I think you're overly focused on fear of a repeat of something, okay? A lot of anxiety associated with this card, okay? Fear of abandonment many times, feeling restricted and being tested, okay? But very withdrawn. Certainly that Fool in the reverse would speak to that, okay? And, you know, the reason is because you have not worked through some things relative to this past soul connection that we just talked about, okay? This is, you know, just not taking a time out. And what you're probably doing is busying yourself about everything other than, you know, so that you can distract yourself from the reality that you're hurting inside, okay? Why do I say that? You got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Having your identity probably in work or something like that, okay? But it's out of balance, okay? You know, when we have a debacle like that and we don't work through it properly, okay, boom, what can happen, a lot of people will just go right back into another relationship, boom. I don't think you're doing that, and clearly that part is a wise move. But what you're doing is, instead of doing the healing, you're burying yourself, probably in your job, but something else to distract yourself, okay? And that is creating imbalance in your life, okay? This is a person who their identity is in something other than themselves and their authentic selves. Typically means the job, but not always. But people will either, you know, like I said, they'll either go into another relationship, they'll bury themselves in their work and become a workaholic, which is what this card traditionally means. They can be busy taking care of everybody else and neglect themselves. Boom. And what happens? They stay fear-based. They're like, I am not getting another relationship. Well, okay, you can stay single, that's fine. But you know what? If you don't work through your stuff, even if you stay single, guess what? It's still going to affect everyone else around you, in your job, your friendships, your family, your children, your parents, whatever, okay? It is going to affect every relationship because that bitterness that's in your shadow, which by definition you are unaware of, okay? That's the subconscious, and this is Carl Jung, and, you know, I talk about this a lot. Carl Jung was a pioneer in the area of integrating the shadow self, okay, and working in the subconscious. Now, in my playlist called The Life Preserver, I've renamed it, but I only have one playlist, so it's super easy to find. You know, I talk about working in the subconscious and how to meditate to work in your subconscious because, okay, how do you work with it if you're unaware of it? Well, it does actually peek its head out from time to time. My videos about shadow work in that playlist, as well as changing self-beliefs, speaks to that, okay? And how the ways that it can manifest itself, okay? Maybe you're snappy at people. Maybe you're triggered, okay? Triggers are definitely a signal that there is something that needs to be worked through in your shadow. And that is your divine guidance, okay? Trying to get your attention when that happens. When you're triggered, that's actually your best friend. Why? Because it's a signal and your heads up that you need to work on something, because how else would you know, right? You just know you're miserable. Okay, you can't tell me you're happy right now. I'm just seeing that, Taurus, and I love you. I say this out of love. I am not that person that paints a rosy picture when it's not there. I am here to tell you the truth because, look, I would rather tell you the painful truth that will set you free and put you on a path to healing and peace and happiness, okay? Regardless of whether you ever pursue a romantic opportunity again, that's your choice. But either way, you know, there's peace to be had and healing to be had from this thing. Is it easy to heal from the pain of heartbreak associated with soul connection? No, hurts like hell. But is it easy what you're feeling right now? I made my case, okay? if you want a different result, you got to do something different. If you want to feel better, you got to do something different, because what you've been doing is not working. Okay, that's my overall for my Tauruses. Okay, so let's get some additional advice from the tarot. Okay, which, by the way, the Eight of, I'm going to give you the Eight of Swords. When that comes up in advice, the Eight of Swords is this: every setback, every perceived failure, which is really an opportunity to learn, okay, is just meant to further awaken you to the strength that you have, to your beautiful, authentic self, okay? That's the whole point of those soul connections most often than not, okay? It really has very little to do with romance. It's all about waking us the heck up. That's what it's about. And but anyway, it's all about being open-minded and positive, okay? And not toxic positivity, authentic positivity. Toxic positivity is one day I'm going to do a video about that probably. But anyway, it is what it is. So, with that being said, let's get my Taurus folks some overall advice. Probably going to pull some oracles for you as well, okay? All right. So, Taurus folks, let's see what the tarot has to say to you. What else? Outcomes are never set in stone. You've got to work on your self-confidence. Seven of Cups certainly speaks to that in the advice, okay? Ace of Swords, be steady, okay? You are closer than you realize, okay, to finding that which you seek, okay? Take action, okay, and concentrate on making an impact, okay? And you probably feel like you're in limbo in a lot of ways, okay, because you are holding back. You got the Hanging Man, okay? The Hanging Man is all about accept and flow and don't resist the process, okay? When the pain starts to bubble up and you hold back the tears and you're like, I can't deal with this, I'm going to get busy, that's exactly the wrong thing to do. No, stop and get a different perspective. Okay, stay in your solitude until you get a different perspective. Okay, it's all about making sacrifices where they're need to be made within yourself, and having a different perspective about that whole romantic situation that we just talked about, Taurus. That's what it's about. Queen of Swords. Do not depend on other people. Okay, find your own truth and set proper boundaries, okay, and walk in your own intuitive leading. And the only way that you can do that is if you're doing regular energy work so that you can discern the voice of your intuition amongst all the other voices and clouds in your head right now, okay? And it's all about taking action independently of what everybody else thinks or does, okay? You know, a lot of people are quick to give you advice whenever you're suffering from heartbreak. You know, I can't tell you the number of times that people said to me, well, the best way to get over one man is to get under another. Well, nothing could be further from the truth unless you want to be on a continuing cycle of heartbreak and failure in relationships, because that is exactly where that will take you. But the divorce rates alone should speak to why you should never follow the advice of the masses. And what I just gave you is a prime example. You know, just go out and find somebody else. No, because you're going to bleed on who didn't cut you. And you don't want to do that, right? You don't want to perpetuate heartbreak, okay, like this person did for you, okay? So, yeah, you're wise to be hesitant to go forward in a relationship. We saw that, okay? But when you sharpen that intuition, your vision is going to be so clear that when romantic opportunities come in the future, you are going to see right through people, the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? I promise you, it will be crystal clear, and it will save you a ton of heartbreaks, okay? Can't tell you along my singlehood after I did my work, okay? And we don't ever stop working. But I can't tell you the number of times that opportunities came along and, years ago I would have been right on that bandwagon. But man, I could see right through it, energetic. I could read them like a book. I could tell them more about themselves than they knew and did sometimes. Yeah, Queen of Swords, we speak our truths, right? So, let's pull some animal oracle for you guys. I haven't done that for you guys in a while. Let's pull that. and then we're going to pull some quotes for you, okay? All right. The Kiwi, little bird. Here you go. Do a walking meditation each day for the next week. Do you know, and I'm not a gym rat, okay? But getting up and just moving and walking, I can't tell you what that will do for your mindset. It will make you feel so much better. And I know you've heard that 100 times, and the reason you've heard it, it's because it's true. Yes. The weasel. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. Remember how I talked about the Queen of Swords? She sits back and she observes and she snips. Yep, she does. Walk in that. Walk into that power because it awaits you. I promise you that. Okay? Let's see. Woo, platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in life. When you have an attitude of gratitude and you focus on the reasons to be grateful, you will manifest more reasons to be grateful. It perpetuates that energetically. Okay? Let's go to my quotes real quick for my Taurus friends. So the overall message here is kind of heal thyself, right? Whoa, here, this flew out, so we're going to take it. What was my greatest loss? Nothing. What is meant for me remains. What was not meant for me has left the building. Boom. No one can make you feel inferior without your permission. If somebody can't see your value, it has nothing to do with reality. And it has nothing to do with your value. That's their problem, not yours, right? The people around you are either your tribe or your prison. All right, there you go. So with that being said, if you haven't already done so, I hope you guys will subscribe, like, and comment below. It helps me and other readers so much to hear from you guys, okay? So much love and continued healing to all of my Taurus friends. Thanks much.